Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to the April. Welcome to the April 9 editions of the Freedom News Archive, the magazine program that comes your way every Saturday on this frequency dial. My name is Benjamin Quay Johnson. This program brings you all the major happenings during the week from our news and current affairs department. On this program, we play you more Liberian songs. To entertain you when you are doing your every regular Saturday training or exercise. We sincerely apologize for the late coming out of the show due to technical fault. But we are back and we are ready to carry you through. Let's quickly bring you out major lead story here. Following protests by citizens like in the country about a hike and shortage of rice in the Liberian market, President George Weah visited warehouses in the Freeport of Monrovia. As legal battle continued between the government of Liberia and the management of Punch event resumed during the week, the Supreme Court Chief Executive Officers of Punch FN, Patrick Horner, expressed confidence of winning the case against the government of Liberia. We're taking a short break. When we come back, we'll bring you details of these stories that made the major headline during the week. Stay with what you can follow on Freedom 87.9 or on our online page at Freedom Radio Liberia. Let's now bring in our fresh development. President, we are here in a quest to know and get first-hand insight of the aid on the alleged shortage of Liberian staple food, rice, on the local market toward the warehouse of several importers of rice at the Freeport of Monrovia. The tour of the Liberian leader in the week, during the week of the protest, follow a protest and concern from the public over the shortage of rice in the country and the arbitrary hike in the price of rice in the country. The president, speaking with reporter following the tour, stated that he observed that rice is available and surplus in the warehouse at the Freeport of Monrovia. The Liberian leaders reassured citizens that rice will always be available under his leadership. Here is President George Weah speaking during the week.
I came here to see because 2 years ago, he promised us that there will be no rice shortage. Coming here into the warehouse again 2 years ago, you can see that there's no shortage. I think the misinformation that our people carry. And we sat with these people. We said that rice price will never go up. It will stay the same because this is our staple food. So I'm here today to verify because I listened to Mr. Sherry just yesterday at my office. I listened to so many journalists and what they were saying, they're contrary to what we see here. So what we need to do is to give the rightful information to the public. And then this is what we're doing. This is our country. If anything happens in the country, all of us will be vulnerable. So when press are giving misinformation, it's wrong. And this is my problem with you people. You need to come and ascertain. What's wrong with you coming to this store and look here and go to all the rest dealers and let them talk to you so you can tell the public instead of making up your own story. And this is why I left my job today to come here. Because this man promised me 2 years ago that there will be no rice shortage. And what we see here today, rice is now short on the market. Rice is available. Now, how the rice is distributed, who buying it, that's the problem because there's no more RPD. We allow Liberians and anyone to sell rice if you wish to. So it's not a problem. The reason we came here to know that rice is not available. But look behind you. Look in front of you, look side. You can see that the very place we came to when we started our assignment as government. We sat with this man at my house to make sure that there will be no rice shortage while we are here. So you can see. So you go and explain the story in a very positive way so our people can know that rice is available. You have to take the time to get the rice and go on the market. I said, and I will say it again, rice is our staple food. It's the only commodity that will be expensive in the country. We will not allow that. People desire to cheat. We just have to monitor that. We got to make sure that we enforce the law. So those that are getting the rice cheaper want to blow the price up so they can get them. Everywhere in the world, people cheat the market. So it's not something new. It's not something strange. But our law enforcement, we have to get around to enforce the law that no one will sell the rice most expensive. The price of the rice should be the price of the rice.
His President George Weah speaking during the week when he visited warehouses at the Freeport of Monrovia. In another development, the Inspector General of the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Josephine Davis, is calling on all rice dealers in the country to attend their business registries that will show legalize their business in the country. Speaking when she toured several businesses centered in Monrovia, the Liberian Commerce Inspector disclosed that government would not hesitate and arrest or the or all businesses that will be caught hiking the price of rice in the country. According to Madam Davis, despite report of the shortage of rice on the Liberian market, ministry of the ministry is doing it inspection on businesses, discover several businesses owner who are caught hiking the products in the country. She reassured the Ministry of Commerce willingness to punish owners of businesses for in violating of the Liberian business law by illegally increasing the price of rice in the country. There is Josephine Davy speaking.
If you have business registration to show that you are selling rice and you are rice dealer, bring your business registration. Or if you don't have the business registration, if you are customer here, we will check in the computer to make sure that you are rice dealer. Rice is not auction market. Rice is not auction market. The people we see outside there, the people who think that they can buy the rice and for as long the situation. So if you don't have business certificate, and if you are customer to this place and you are new to see the system, we will check to see whether you are new to see the system before you will be served with this rice. Only people who are new to business will be served. So please, just show poverty. The rice you are buying, because we know that people want to maximize profitability. You won't get no money from the press. You buy the rice $13.50. It is your responsibility to sell it $14. Equivalent to the Liberian Australian exchange rate from Central Bank. If we catch you selling rice $15 or $14.50, $20, you will have yourself to do. Because we will arrest you, we will revoke your license, and auction your rights to the public. So you should hear it now. And for the other people that are handling the rights, they are not worried. Yeah. They shouldn't worry, we're coming for them. This inspection is different from our ordinary inspection. This is an operation making sure that the rest tellers put the rest in the market, not keep it in their homes. People are keeping rest in their homes. As we go on this exercise, you will discover this is not the first time. This is not the first time happening. So as we go about this exercise, you will see a lot of people. You know you have been also the field before, seeing people having the rest in their homes, in their rooms, in extra warehouses. And we got information before we keep on the field. Because for us, we don't just come on the field because we want to. For the fact that government has given us the mandate and provide the logistics for us to make sure that we enforce the law, we are going to enforce the law. We are only cautioning the people who are not into the rest business. And for the ones that are into the rest business, rest is $13.50. If we catch you selling rest $14.50,
She Commerce Inspector General Madam Josephine Davy. As legal battle continued between the government of Liberia and the management of Punch FM resumed during the week, at the Supreme Court, the chief executive officers of Punch FM Patrick Honard has expressed confidence of winning the legal battle against the government. Speaking after the legal argument between the CEO of Punch FM, Patrick Honard said he is optimistic of winning the case against the government. He furthered that the case between his institutions and the government is a political witch hunt. Here is Patrick Honard speaking.
if you have business registration to show that you are represented the government of Liberia, absolutely zero to zero. just want our people to be very optimistic. NGFM will come on and will provide a voice for the Liberian people to be heard. You could have an opportunity to work there. The Liberian people, somebody could bring a deaf announcement. It should be in all of us' interest. People could be employed. So let's be optimistic, and I believe that this court will do the right thing. Well, the frequency is not an asset, is not something that you go and give to somebody. Once the Supreme Court rules, we say the Supreme Court is what? The final arbiter of justice, right? So when the Supreme Court rules and grants our right, we're going ahead to do our broadcast. Clearly, once the Supreme Court rules, we followed the process. We went to the lower court, the civil law court. We won the case at the civil law court. We came to the Supreme Court. It was the government of Liberia who took an appeal to the Supreme Court for a radio station that has not even come on air. The Liberian government, which is precedent, the Liberian government took an appeal to the Supreme Court for a radio station, small radio station that ain't even come on air yet. The Supreme Court has heard the case. The Supreme Court has reserved ruling, and the Supreme Court will hand down ruling. And once the Supreme Court hands down ruling, as I said, we're very optimistic in this case. Once the Supreme Court hands down ruling, we're going ahead to start our broadcast. Claire, do you know that the revision, and there's a Spoon TV, all of us were in the same category. They said they were reviewing our license. Did they review your license? Zero. They granted your license, which I don't have a problem with. I find myself on the political, limelight. So the case is, nobody can show me any document or anything that the government of Liberia reviewed any license. It was clearly a political witch hunt, clearly a political move. The whole country knows that. We've written the U.S. Embassy. The U.S. ambassador had a representative watching this case. The international community is concerned about rights, the freedom to speak out. Even in disagreement, there should be freedom to speak out.
Meanwhile, Patrick Honor added that his institution will remain under the regulatory authority if they get their permit from the government. Here is Patrick Honor again.
But there's no way in this country you can run a radio station all working with a regulatory arm of government, right? So you have to work with the Ministry of Information. You have to work with them. But where we are right now, the Solicitor General is praying to the court to deny us our rights, even though they accepted $2,900. Many of you don't know, they accepted $2,900 from us. The LTA boss wrote an official communication and said you are granted this frequency, signed by the LTA boss. Then the Minister of Information by that time was Eugene Nangbe. We gave money to information ministry. They wrote us, they gave a receipt, then they signed a letter of Eugene Nangbe's signature on. They say you are granted permit to work. By the time they put our paper up, they saw the paper, they got scared. They pass it around, maybe because they face, they pass it around, they say, my man, will I travel to some of that? And that is something that thing they're doing here, which didn't really bother us. One of the reasons why I came to court, there's a lady here who actually encouraged me to come to court. One of the reasons why I came to court was to test the system. And I thought to test the system. So there where we are right now. I am so pleased with the argument of my lawyer today in there. If anybody was in there, you would know how, you figure out what it's going to be like.
He is Patrick Honor speaking at the Supreme Court during the week when his case resumed between he and the government of Liberia. Let me play you some old Liberian songs, starting with Blazer. Let me say good morning to Jion Suba. He watching all the way from Chicken to Factory. Jacob Gate from Algeria. Also following up via our Facebook page. Patrick Bleming from Duboro. Also Valentine Junior. Watching all the way there, Kinjob, Grand Kemal County. Juju win one. Good morning, my brother. You watching us from Johnsonville. This is a program, Freedom News Archive. Your weekend magazine editions. Today is 9th of April. If you are celebrating your birthday, I'd like to say happy birthday. If you expect to celebrate tomorrow, like Uncle Melvin Ball, I'd like to let us say happy birthday. And although that already celebrated my birthday, the Matthew Bullen, all the way there from Green G there, I'd like to say happy belated birthday. Let me say good morning to Jarati Murray. My brother and friend Jarati Murray, he's not feeling well. He was to be here, but he's not faring well. And the editor-in-chief, Jeff Jefferson. Mr. Jeff Jefferson. And your darling wife, Mrs. Jefferson. Her name is Blazer. Contributing on the show. Junior Jabba, watching up from Minnesota. Good morning, brother. Thank you for watching us. Ezekiel Dalubar. Also watching us from Bonneville, Capy. Capy Clinic. Keep it up, brother. And let's say good morning to all those that are following us via the radio. Let me say good morning to all my Bassa friends, my Bassa brother and sisters. Let me say good morning to all of you. If you're in Grand Bassa, Riverside, Mike Gibby, good morning to all of you. Let's bring the sun down and go strictly to our development. The Commissioner General of the Liberia Maritime Authority, Eugene Nangwe has disclosed that the Maritime Authority and other regulatory authority has making frantic effort in addressing issues confronting the Port of Buchanan and the Port of Monrovia. Speaking during the week at the program marking the issuance of marine notice on the implementations of Maritime Traffic Law, Commission Nangwe said Maritime as its regulatory authority and other requisite agencies are having conversations on how to improve the seaport, especially the Port of Monrovia. Commissioner Nangwe says Liberia as a signatory to the FAL conventions law have to adhere to law by ensuring that issues that confronting port in Liberia are addressed quickly. Here is Commissioners Eugene Nangwe.
As the regulatory agency and the designated authority, we started having conversations because we realized that the turnaround time for vessels at the port of Monrovia and the port of Buchanan was slow. And once there is this situation where we don't have a rapid turnaround time, it has impact. It has impact on costs. And these costs are passed down to the consumers. So the interagency working group that included all of the agencies that just spoke here along with APM terminals decided to find ways of formally putting into place a system that will reduce the turnaround time. We identify all of the problems. Sometimes some of them were on our side, meaning we the members of the voting party, and others were structural issues. But it is still our responsibility to fix it. And when we look at the applicable laws, convention that Liberia has here too, we thought that reviewing the FAL convention and then applying the proper marine notice would be the first step in fixing this situation. So we convene again all of the stakeholders, and I want to say thank you to all of them. MD Trawe, Mr. Thomas Dona, Mr. Zayu, and all of us who came together and worked together as interagency to cooperate. And that is the attitude we have to work together as a government with all the relevant stakeholders to solve problems. If a ship comes at the people of Monrovia and turns around quickly, it has impact on a whole slew of things. It is a first step. Yes, there are still many things we need to do at the port. A few days ago, I had a meeting with the Shipping Agency Association.
Meanwhile, Commissioner Nangwe further that there is no time for excuse to be given to the Liberian people on the draggings of the seaport and other issues causing problem at the various port. Here is Commissioner Nangwe again.
People of Liberia, we have to fix things. Why is it? I asked this question a few months ago. That it takes like about 50% less to ship a container to Guinea than to Liberia. Why is it? I asked the question, somebody tell me. But if my ship will come to the port of Monrovia and the boarding party will take 5 hours on the ship without anybody, because before a ship can offload any goods, the boarding party has to complete this job, right? So if the boarding party doesn't complete this job within 5 hours, 6 hours, 1 hour, whatever, that has an impact on the efficiency of the vessel. And that inefficiency has real cost for consumers. So we're working together to fix some of these problems. These are repairable problems. And I have assurance from the MD that if the other agencies, those who are supposed to provide security, those who are supposed to ensure that we have the proper navigational equipment at the port, and if we could, as we have now had the conversation to dress the port again after that is completed, why not a 24 hours port? Why is it that the port of Abidjan is 24 hours and the port of Monrovia is not? We have to start asking ourselves questions. The MD made a lot of investment. APM terminal made a lot of investment. So are we going to allow the investment to go to waste because a few persons decide that they will either steal the navigation equipment or that some of our own fishermen will come into the basin and interrupt the equipment? No ship can come in at night if the navigational equipment is not working properly. So yes, we want a 24-hour port, but these are some of the problems. And these problems lead to high prices of consumer goods on the market. So no excuse for the people of Liberia. They say we put it there, fix it. So we are starting to fix it. And this piece of people that are about to sign this are part of it.
He's Commissioner Eugene Nangwe of the Liberian Maritime Authority. The Liberian National Police during the week began releasing motorbike that were impounded early December of last year. Speaking with Freedom News at the headquarters, police spokesman Moses Carter stated that the process has begun and the motorcyclists will be released to the motorbike will be released to the motorcyclists who have met with the requirement as mandated by the Liberian National Police. Here is Moses Carter.
The fact that you read that the process has begun from our official release on our official page, it shows that the process has already begun. But the process has requirements. Those requirements, if not met, will not lead to the release of any bike. And those requirements include, but not limited to, the registration of those bikes in question, because the vehicle assembly law provides that every moving object must be registered. Number two, we also have to, those owners of those bikes will have to get driver's lessons. The operators will have to be licensed drivers. So number three, we also want to reduce the incidence of accidents. So those owners must also show proof of insurance. And with these requirements, and not only insurance, but additionally, we also require that they must have their gear, their driving gear, such as helmet boots, which will enable them to provide safety for their riders. So these are the requirements that they have to meet before they can take delivery of these bikes, and they will pay a ticketing fee of $20 United States. The report is not up yet, and we're hopeful of getting the report when the autopsy is completed. So when the further process of the examination is completed. So I cannot be definite to tell you tomorrow, day after tomorrow, or whatever. It's in the hands of the pathologist, but the autopsy has been completed.
He's Moses Carter. Meanwhile, speaking, the president of the Federation of Tricycle and Motorcyclist Unions of Liberia, John Keon, had described the decisions of the police to release the motorbike that we had impounded since December of last year as a political bluff. Here is John Keon.
To give them an ultimatum to free those bikes. Other than that, we are no longer going to negotiate, sit on round table, right? Because if a law was you, since December they arrested the children bike, so that we told them that we are going to take the next step. That was it. I consider that to just be a political bluff. The reason I consider it to be a political bluff because you cannot impound a man back since December, they impounded the children back. And then you expect somebody to come and spend up to $200 before they can get their bike. It is unacceptable. So I just consider that to be a political statement or a political bluff. That's how I consider it to be. Just maybe to gain the interest of the public or to get people from the public. That's what I consider it to be because be out in the freedom free of charge if you give the children back. But they don't want to say that you follow the children back in December. Just clear. They are reducing it to actual property. They didn't impound of their bike. You are pushing it or being capable of doing anything evil within the community. We are not supporting anything that has to do with evil, but anything that has to prevent to undermine the issue of the property with the society in harm's way. And I wish I believe that it is wrong. It's very wrong. So it's not what you. It's not what you. It is not what you.
He, John Keon, the president of the Federation of Tricycle and Motorcyclists Union of Liberia. Let's now play you another music from our old days.
I want to know who all love my music. People from Ghana, they love my music. From Sierra Leone, they love my music. From Somalia, they love my music. Each and every Liberian, they love my music. They be love my music. Shake it to my house. Shake it to my house. If you love my music, rock it for it. If you love my music, you go enjoy.
He's Gian Freeman, commonly known as Thomas Jr.
You go well. People from Africa, they love my music. People from Guinea, they love my music.
Julius Hammer,
People from Sierra Leone, they love my music.
He watching us from Jagotown.
Somebody I love my music.
Heron B. Jolocon.
People love my music.
Watching us there from Singer.
My music, shake it to my music.
Hannah Hines. Watching us from Minnesota. Doroba Ezekiel says watching us from Nimba County. Thank you to you guys for watching us. This is Liberia Premier Magazine Show. Freedom News Archive. I am Benjamin Quay Johnson. Melvin Bolu, you'll be celebrating your birthday tomorrow, which will be the 10th of April. All the way there in Chikitu Factory. We're done it watching off of Dubo Road. Abraham Kimba watching up from District Number 1. Most of our county. Good morning, brother. If you love Freedom FM, stick and stay with us. Follow all our programs. So true. It's good to born a child, but if you born a child and the child is making the progress, you have to celebrate. The born a child is not easy task. My name is Benjamin Quay Johnson again. Sure, my brother is a buzzer man. His name is Gian Freeman. Come on, it's too much genius. Hey, Frank Mountain. I just received information that you are returned from Grand Bassa from Nimba County, San Quere. A week long tour that you are touring in Nimba County. Welcome back, my brother. Hey, Aaron Taru, my brother and friend from Spoon Communication Incorporated, Spoon TV. Good morning, my brother. This is the part I love in this entire music. Hey, everyone tell you all the way there in San Quentin City. Thank you, my brother. He's a co-reporter for Spoon TV and Spoon FM. Aaron Talu. John B. Foba. Long time brother. One is Liberia. Scholar. John B. Foba. Good morning, my brother. Thank you for watching. This is Freedom FM. Freedom Communication Incorporated. So true when you carry okay bella yala. When you commit crime with K Sabi. If you love Freedom FM, stick and stay with us. By 7:30 is the man Quincy T, the Quincy T Show. Somalia, they love my music. America, they love my music. Our kids love my music. So, mommy, love my music. Shake it, my own. If you love my music, you go now. Chippy man. Oh, no. Too much, I got to walk. Let's go, mango. Thank you to my junior for that song. Then I break the song down and go straight to our development. The Board of Commissioners of the National Election Commission during the week upheld reading from each hearing officers in the case involving a collaborating political party against the Unity Party and or Liberian Party in an attempt to field candidate in the upcoming by-elections in Gulf County. Recently, the collaborating political party filed complaint to the National Election Commission on the feelings of candidate by the United Party after the pronouncements of their withdrawal from the CPP. Following the complaint, the United Party, through its lawyer, argued and called for the dismissal of the case at the hearing officers of the commission, which was denied. But following the legal argument between the CPP and United Party, United Party, and the All Liberian Party, National Election Commission board of the commission, through its clerk, Fofi Kamara, reaffirmed the ruling from the 8 hearing officers. Here is Fofi Kamara speaking during the week.
With respect to the governing document that a population files before the NEC, Section 8.5 of the Elections Law requires that an absolute majority of the executive members of each party in the proposed population must sign a resolution and submit same together with the terms and conditions of their population to the NEC before the NEC certificate the parties to operate as a population. Once certificated, these parties and their leaders, one other natural person, may be cited to appear before the NEC in connection with any complaint punishable before the NEC. For reliance, see Section 2.9 WI of the Elections Law. In the Eastern case, the hearing officer heard that while the NEC will not give advisory opinion, he, however, took note of the Constitution and statute applicable to elections which fall within the responsibilities of the NEC. A review of the CPP's March 24, 2022 letter of complaint shows that respondent questions, among others, the ability or qualification of petitioners to field candidates in elections, with the NEC being the forum of first instance to review and pass on the ability or qualification of the party to participate in an election. We hold that the hearing officer did not err. 2. With respect to the contention as to whether petitioners can, on their own, alter the party in this matter, we answer in the negative and note that the hearing officer correctly addressed this during the second and third sittings of the hearing. We further said that if petitioners wanted to challenge the ability of named individuals to act in the same of CPP, they should have done so in their pre-trial motion. Challenging the petitioner's ability or qualification to field candidates in elections. Hence, we hold that the hearing officer did not err. 4. After reviewing the record, we further say that there is no bearing to any of the remaining issues petitioners present in this petition or judicial review. Accordingly, we affirm the hearing officer's disposition of those issues without further discussion. Wherefore, and in view of the foregoing, petitioner's petition is hereby denied, and because time is of the essence, the hearing officers is hereby directed to immediately resume jurisdiction and proceed as expeditiously as possible in keeping with law.
His Fofi Camarade speaking at the headquarters of the National Election Commissions during the week. Let me bring you. He's too much in a second on the round. He want to know who you love into. I got to know who you love into.
You and me no pally. When I go to your house, I will be your friend. No. When I ask you, say, wish she to you, you will tell me, say, she and I a friend here. She and I a friend here. Show me a love.
I don't know. I don't know. Hey, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. Mama, I get you in. Mami se anyo, kina bamba sa yokoreno, kina naena, chia ya, nale o, mama o, ya na o, mami se anyo, ya naena, ya na. I want to know we love it, oh yeah. I got to know we love it, oh yeah. Show me a lie, I know. Okay, and I will. Let's go to the most of our powerful praise, aka Francisco Town.
Maurice Denija. Say good morning, brother. Thank you, my brother. Thank you very much. This is the job we love doing best.
And it's time to the best sound engineer, Steve Tikwa. And I'm Jay Bundy. Show me a lie. Now forget about Solo Baby. And Basketball, come on, call Gale. And to this boy, remember stamp. Local PM, my speed.
Let me say good morning to Superintendent Janje Bagbe.
Show me your love.
In order to cook for Grand Bassa County, Riverside,
We love it to hear. Show me your love. To party marijuana.
Senator Yomlik Nanga Lauren,
Marijuana.
Jonathan Capy,
Show me yeah, no. Emma. Nyama, Emma. See what that. Emma, I'm a salvation. And I'm sure.
the question is, who you loving to?
Power move. 1, 2, laugh it. Sapa. Emma. Lama woman. Better woman. Baza woman. Suraba. Skatso. Sakso. Saka. Skatso. Sakso. Suraso. 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 Sapaleba. No, when I get away. To party marijuana. To party marijuana. I want to know we love it to yeah. Show me the love.
You know the librarian getting a quarter dinner.
Not forget about King of Money from my star, Margot say, along with the town chief.
When you ask them, they will say that my friend, oh, but your friend always coming to your house. And when you go to my house, you can see another friend there too. Why?
Swaggo. Sepere.
Dion Freeman,
Not
tell me who you loving to.
everybody.
This is your nation #1 magazine program.
I want to know who you love it to hear. Maybe you love it to King Grey Boys. Sometimes you love it to me, my boy. Then you cannot tell me the truth. Now for the most talk about Frasher, honorable Frasher,
Opa Hammond,
give me content.
he said, good morning, brother. Thank you for the song.
Frasher,
Brother, are you from Grand Bassa?
Opido. Nale,
This is a Beth Esmond Dyer, Fit on FM.
yeah, now,
Always refresh your mind.
no, na.
Celebrate with your track.
Shebe. Ane, Marawa, wale rock it pa. Mari wabele rock it pa.
Hey, Toma Kojo Roda.
Rock it pa. Kali wage madi kwa wale soke it pa wa. Wale rock it pa wa. Wale rock it pa wa.
One of Liberia's best poeta. And Freedom FM senior reporter. Good morning, my brother. Hey, you can quite a long time, brother. Not forgetting about Willie Toba. Good morning, big brother. You're already a teacher. Thank you so much. I remain grateful for your work
You go to my house, you meet
and the knowledge you impart me.
I go to your house, I will be your friend. Show me your love. I want to know we love it to hear. I got to know we love it to hear. Can I email? Baba.
If you are living in Liberia,
Bring the power.
it's a safe trade.
It was
If you're just arriving in Liberia, we say this is the land of liberty, the motherland, where we are together. Where we're speaking one voice with peace. Development remains on high agenda.
Show me your love. Give it
I wish I can speak Basa well. I have a voice to sing this morning because I'm very happy this morning. Let me say good morning to the people of River G County. Why shall the president of Liberia celebrating the International Press Freedom Day in River G County? Watch it for us. We are coming there for you. The people of Southeast. Even though I'm from there, I'm from the Southeast, particularly Sino, in that of Grangeria County, the two great counties of our motherland. Let me say good morning to all of the people from Grangeria County. Let's now bring this on down and go strictly to our development. Yeah. Because Monday, Sunday morning, we will not go. Yes. Let's bring this one. The Monrovia City Court had reserved rulings into a government build of informations to the court seeking for more detailed information regarding Austin National Congress political leader Ezana Common trip to the United States of America. This followed during the legal argument between government and defense lawyers, which were with claim and counterclaim with the objectives of convincing the court for verdict. The prosecution team, led by Solicitor General Counsel Serena Seaford, argued that the defendant, Alexander Comey, did not travel to the U.S. Therefore, they are demanding copies of said trip, stressing that he lie on not old. Counsel Seaford further that the defendant Cummings should not present his visa, as proof that he traveled to the U.S. to see his ally in any model. But in reaction, the defense team led by Counsel Ibrahim Salai says that prior to Cummings' departure, prosecution request for his traveling document to include a ticket, passport, arrive and depart, which was done, though allowing him claim to the travel to return on March 25th. The second Judicial Circuit Court in Grand Bassa County has sentenced a gold miner bailed Friday Zier to 60 years at the Correction Palace in Grangeria County for murder. Judge Subale Kazika during the week confirmed jury unanimous guilty verdict against with 60 years imprisonment by defendant Zier, consistent with law. But defense lawyer Anthony Aaron Cated took exception to the court final judgment and announced an appeal to the Supreme Court, stating during it by Tema Court. Our judicial correspondent further said that defendant bailed Friday, age 25, will complete his punishment at the age of 85 at the Correction Palace in Grangeria County. He was accused of stabbing Pastor Pewitt 2-year-old and 2-year-old daughter Hanan Pewitt multiple times, leading her to her death in 2020 in Riverside County. The trial was transferred from the 14th Judicial Circuit Court in Riverside County to the 2nd Judicial Circuit Court in Grand Bassa County due to an application from prosecuting lawyer for teaching the venue as provided by law, Chapter 5, Section 5.7 of the Criminal Procedure Law of Liberia. The government of Liberia and the World Bank during the week signed a $40 million United States financing agreement on the Liberian Investment, Finance and Trade Project, providing an overview of the agreement in Monrovia. Central Bank of Liberia, head of the Development Finance, Barbara Brown, and said the grant comes following several months of technical agreement and policies dialogue between the government of Liberia, World Bank, and the International Development Association. Here is Barbara Brown.
Following several months of technical engagements and high-level policy meetings between staff of the World Bank and the government of Liberia, on February 9, 2022, the Board of Executive Directors of the International Development Association, IDA, approved a credit of United States dollars 20 million and an IDA grant of US 20 million to the Republic of Liberia for the LIFT project. This is the first World Bank project in support of Liberia's private and financial sectors, and the first operation for the main beneficiaries, the Ministry of Commerce and Industry and the Central Bank of Liberia. The project aims to improve the investment climate, expand sustainable access to finance, and increase the efficiency of trade in Liberia. Importantly, the project incorporates features that seek to address the identified gaps between men and women with respect to the participation in economic activities in the country, especially around differential constraints and performance between women-owned and men-owned firms. The project will monitor the extent to which activities are contributing toward closing gender gaps by measuring, among other things, 1, the number of the National Single Window NSW users who are women, the number of women-led SMEs that get trained, the number of women-led SMEs that get a loan through this project. To support the government of Liberia in facilitating private investment, trade, and access to finance, the project will support activities organized under 3 complementary components: investment climate and trade, SME access to markets and finance, digital financial services, DFS infrastructures. There will be a 4th component for project management, monitoring and evaluation, and contingency emergency response.
For his part, Finance and Development Planning Minister Samuel Tuer described the signings of the grant as significant in addressing the business and investment climate in the country. He also applauded President Weah for his effort in ensuring that the World Bank provide the grant. Here is Samuel Tuer.
The real issue is resolving the structural problems at the airport. It's a kind of blessing in disguise that the incident happened for the government to take a more holistic look at the challenges of the port. So as you said, there are components, different parts of the port, the navigational system. I think the navigation system we're running, they say it's over 23 years. And so, and the total cost for repairing that system could run anywhere from 4.5 to 5 million. This is not something that we budgeted for. The airport doesn't have the capacity to generate that money and pay for that. We've been running on an old system. So with this incident, we say, look, just look at the whole lanyard, the whole gamut, and let's bring to the attention of the president and the national legislature that this is the cost to take the airport from where it is today to where we want it to be. So the navigational system, the solar system, they got something called the apron, which is like the runway that is not for plane landing. It's the cement, the parking where the airplane is supposed to park. The fire equipment, all it's below standard right now. And I think I'm hearing yesterday when we went, she said 50 years, I don't know, since 25, 30 years. This is what put there before the war. The apron has not been touched. And now it's not.
He's also speaking. World Bank Contract Manager Clement Nichera stated that the financing agreement make an important milestone in the development partner between the World Bank and Liberia. Here is World Bank Contract Manager.
Bank family, it is a great honor for me to participate in the signing of the financing agreement for the Liberia Investment, Finance and Trade Project. in the amount of $40 million, of which $20 million is an IDA grant and $20 million is a concession on IDA credit. The financing was approved by our board on February the 9th, 2022. The signing of this financing agreement today marks yet another important milestone in the development partnership between the World Bank and Liberia. This is the first time the World Bank is providing such a significant amount of financing to support programs for improving the investment climate for the private sector. This is in recognition of the significant progress that the government has made in stabilizing the macroeconomy over the past 3 years. This resulted in Liberia being removed from the World Bank's list of countries categorized as fragile and conflict-affected situations after an improvement in the country's overall rating under the World Bank's country policy and institutional assessment. In spite of the progress made, we do recognize that an improvement in macroeconomic indicators alone does not mean anything if it does not translate into tangible benefits for the people of Liberia by improving their living standards. In this context, the most sustainable pathway to improving people's living standards is by creating more and better jobs. It is through more and better jobs that people can earn the incomes they need to buy.
He's World Bank Country Director Elias was Summers, Minister Summer Twe, and Deputy Minister for World Bank Development Manager. Past 7. By 7:30 is the show Quincy T. African Sojourn, Tuma Jr. Is African Soldier and Junior Freeman.
Once I'm married, your man, or the Mako. Married, Rascal, Jesse Maka, Jesse Maka, Adi Peleche, Jesse Maka, Namaje, Jesse Maka, Abu Kedin, Jesse Maka, Chimpo Wakao, Jesse Leo, Maria, Ase Maka, Kepo Wakawa, Rama, Kepo Wakao.
22 past 7 at 7:30. It's the most talked about show, the Constitution.
It's me, I'm back, African Soya, along with my in studio now.
This is your best magazine show. On the nation premiere, Freedom 87.9.
You ask for it, Jensema Koido, Demonstrate Fabio, Jensema Koido, Bade Matubio, Jensema Koido, Siolele, Siolele, Tatema Jensema Koido, Marie Sema Koido, Nate Magaido, Impo Waga Poa Poa, Impo Waga, Impo Waga Poa Poa, what is wrong with your master boss? Now for a good way. Come and rock out to come. And now for about set to pay for the same master. And then for the most of the African soldier. For 210. I'm back. Now forget about the man called TK Harris. Along with Abu Kanyo. Come on, money. The master you do, man. No, the money. Get the man that you do. Oh, Jesse Makoido, Sumakoido, Jesse Makoido, Sumakoido, started oh, for Pascal de Papa. Mao Governor Baby, Papa Kaya Bona, Pena Sonaso, Suganaga Budo, Pena Sonaso, Sugapo, Yakobo Yoko, Sugapo, Yakobo Yoko, they are saying,
By 7:30, I'm going to be taking my essay. And get ready for the Constitution show.
Along with Sangari for Frugal Star, come up for the most of our African soldier. I don't want to know. Me don't want to know. My brother, me don't want to know ya. My sister, me don't want to know ya. My brother, me don't want to know ya. You from the where I don't know. You from the Makande, me don't want to know. You Bakande, me don't want to know ya. Yeah, mama, oh, yeah, mama, oh, yeah, papa, oh, so I got you go for, oh, yeah, no. See you there, boy, oh, come on, mama, get them out of you, come on, mama, get them out of you, Pura Waga, Papa Waga, Papa Wakoroko, Papa Wakoroko, Papa Wakoroko, take on in Calendar, Papa Wakoroko, yeah, no. Chacha want to the battle. Yeah, Papa Wakoroko, see Waga, Fancy Waga, Johnny see Waga.
All right, to every good thing, or to every long road, there must be an end. So this is how we like to count down to the April 9 editions of the Freedom News Archive. But before we go, yet again has a headline story that topping the news. As legal battle continued between the government of Liberia and the management of Punch FM resumed during the week, at the Supreme Court of Liberia, the chief executive of Punch FM, Patrick Honda, expressed confidence of winning the legal battle against the government of Liberia. In a quest to know and get first-hand information or insights on the alleged shortage of Liberian staple food on the local market, President George Weah toured all warehouses of several importers at the Freeport of Monrovia. The Commissioner General of the Liberian Maritime Authority, Unangwe, disclosed that the maritime authorities and other regulatory are making frontier effort to address issues confronting the Liberian port, especially the port of Monrovia. Well, this is how we like to count down today's editions of the Freedom News Archive. My name is Benjamin Kwei Johnson. Thank you. Bye-bye for now.